Before we start, I have to make an announcement. Unfortunately, the video review I was about to make this weekend has been canceled due to claims of what happened recently, and something has came up, so I'm afraid that won't be released. So I guess everyone's just gonna have to wait till the next review will come. Now, on to the actual video. Hey guys, today we will be talking about the rumor of happening that does piss everybody off. You know how the Spider-Man films are made by Sony? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? And fans were really excited back in 2016 when Spider-Man joined the MCU with Captain America and his friends from Captain America Civil War. So, that being said, what was that for? It turns out that everyone was happy to see him like that, and they were wanting to see more. And they did. A year later, they then saw Spider-Man: Homecoming, which was a success to bring Spider-Man more and more capable to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then he joined everyone in Avengers: Infinity War, which made people more excited. He also got disintegrated in Infinity War, which made people really upset. But when he came back in Endgame, everybody was happy again. Yay! As then his new movie came out, Spider-Man: Far From Home, and everyone was happy to go see it. And this brings up the question, what else will we see Spider-Man do in the MCU? Unfortunately, that's going to be a problem because Sony and Disney had a problem with all this. What's the problem? Well, you see, they don't want the deal anymore. It turns out it's been rumored that Spider-Man will no longer be joined in the MCU, which is sad, but that's not really true yet. Well, and let me tell you why Spider-Man not joining the MCU is just a rumor, and by now it's probably still in capability of not happening. Let me tell you what I think. You see, Sony wants to try to make another deal with Disney for all this. So I went to Sony, gave them feedback about all this information, and told them that this is not a good idea and they had to do something about it. Sony listened to me, I think, and they had to plan. So really, we haven't got much feedback on what happened after this plan. So for now, we're assuming that it's just going to go okay, and hopefully it will. But I think people are assuming that it fails, and that it's true, Spider-Man will leave the MCU forever. But I'm not going to stop, because I know that can't be true. Sony is going to have to make an ideal for all this, and they're going to have to think of something. Because, you know when your fans lose, okay? If this works, then they're just going to get more haters in their company and likers, and most Marvel Cinematic Universe fans will probably leave watching the MCU. And that's what I know. So, with that being said, if we know Spider-Man's still in the MCU, we would want to look forward to more Marvel films. And that if he's not in it anymore, some people will probably not care for the movies and just not want to see them because they don't have their special hero for them. So yeah, that's what I'm just assuming. That's probably why I know that they're not going to go that far into extremely getting rid of Spider-Man from the MCU. What I'm assuming is that it's always going to turn out randomly, as if they're going to go ahead and have to think of an idea. Now it's not going to go that we already know Disney won't be taking Sony. But I think it's certain that Disney will have to take Sony's Spider-Man property from the other MCU Spider-Man films. Sony is a little upset about that a lot, but I told him if he thinks maybe you could actually make more superhero movies if you did with yours, because when you made Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it was a success. May have not made much money as the other films, but if you make more improvements, then it will pretty much will. And you could find other Marvel superheroes to join in, because Sony didn't make Spider-Man just because Spider-Man is all fully Sony. It's based on comic books, which were actually made by Marvel comic producer Stan Lee. It's just the idea that Sony got to do Spider-Man films. So, that would work. And another thing to notice is the fact that people are worried that Spider-Man will no longer be played by Tom Holland. Well, let me tell you something. I don't think that's true. Tom Holland's performance as Spider-Man was his favorite thing ever, and he was dreamed for that performance. Everybody found that to be a great performance. So Tom Holland's Spider-Man will probably stay, and if it doesn't, then there's probably going to be a little complaints, but we would just hope that they make a new actor who would be even better. Well, now let's get to the next part. Sony said they might want Venom to join the MCU. Wow, Venom joining the MCU. It's crazy, right? Because Venom had his own movie, and most people found it to be a little dumb, but I found it perfect. And Venom was the villain in the third Spider-Man film from 2007, which was also not a big success for them, but for me it was. So honestly though, it's just that. You know what? I'm happy with what we got, okay? I don't care if there is a lot of people assuming it's failing and not working and just complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying this is going to fail. This is going to work. And sooner or later, we will see some new Spider-Man stuff for the MCU. People are just assuming for that reason. And I know Sony and Disney won't be watching this. But Sony, if you are watching this conveniently, I don't know why you would, but if you are, I'm going to tell you this. You can't let your fans down. Fans can sometimes be more important than just money. I mean, that's greed. Greed, for lack of a better word, is bad. Greed fails. I know what you are thinking. I'm just doing the opposite of the quote from Wall Street, but yeah, that's not real, Sony. You gotta start thinking more for your fans, and if you think more for your fans, then money will be easier to be paid, and it won't be so greedy-ish or rude-ish. I think you're a nice person, Sony, so you won't want to do something like this, so mean and evil. But hey, if it is mean and evil, you are evil. That's what I'm saying. Did you make Wall Street? No, somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm assuming. If you are assuming differently, then tell me in the comment section below. If you think I shouldn't make this video, then tell me that in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry I couldn't get the video uploaded. I just reasons, but hey, all I can tell you is it was a good movie. Okay, a really good movie. So, okay. Bye.